What were the denominations of classical Roman currency? The denarius was a silver coin and the typical daily wage for a citizen during the reign of Emperor Augustus. These were minted in Rome from around 211 BC to 296 AD. One denarius would grant you 2 silver quinarii, which would grant 4 sestertii, silver coins under the Republic, but these would become brass by the time of the Empire. Or it could be exchanged for 8 dupondi, a brass coin. Instead, you could get 16 arses, and yes, they were actually called that, as for singular. This coin was bronze and became the standard base unit used in ancient Rome, or 20 brass semises. During the Roman Republic, there were 3 more coins, but these coins were no longer minted by the time of the Empire due to inflation. These small, worthless coins eventually just go out of use. During the days of the Republic, though, a denarius could get you 30 trientes, or 40 quadrants, or lastly, it could be exchanged for 120 unci. An uncia was in theory the lowest denomination, but they also did mint even smaller coins than this, although far fewer of them ever existed. 120 unci could get you 240 semuncii, or 420 quartuncii. But again, these last 2 names were very rare, and quickly became worthless with inflation. But they did exist. It does not stop there, however, as coins of course went above the denarius. First they had the sistaphorus, worth 3 denarii, which were also silver. Remember the silver quinarius? Well, there was a gold one also, the gold quinarius. This was worth 12.5 denarii. This coin was only minted during the Empire, not needed at the time of the Republic. Lastly, the gold aureus, which was worth 25 denarii, was the highest valued coin in ancient Rome, again minted only during the Empire. There was also, technically, the Roman talent, which was not a coin but a unit of measurement, a block of valuable metals, in a sense, that was worth the set amount of 6,000 denarii. To put it into perspective, this would have been worth 720,000 unci during the days of the Republic. But what were these coins actually worth to the people? Around 150 BC, the average legion would have been paid 120 denarii per year. A simple cavalry legionary, 180 denarii per year. By the death of Augustus, 14 AD, the pay had been increased, mostly due to reforms imposed by Julius Caesar. The year's wage for an average legion had increased to 225 denarii to better support and gain the loyalty of the troops, alongside attempting to match inflation. A basic auxiliary, as in a non-citizen soldier of Rome, 75 denarii per year. A cavalryman would be paid 262 denarii, a praetorian guard 750 denarii, and the top centurion, the primus pilus, 13,500 denarii. For the high ranks of soldiers, this was certainly a worthwhile venture, given that most jobs in Rome for citizens were not that well paid, as why pay a citizen artisan an actual decent wage when it was far cheaper to buy a slave on the market who could do the same job? For the lower ranks, this was worth it also. They were making about a third less than the average citizen, but one must remember that there are other ways to profit in war: looting, sacking, and the kidnapping of slaves to then sell. the spoils of war. In addition, soldiers could often be rewarded with promotions and farmland in newly conquered territories. However, the price of equipment needs to be considered. These Roman troops in 150 BC had to provide their own gear, meaning if they want a helmet, they pay for it. By Augustus's time, some equipment would have been provided by the state, but anything that was not would just be deducted from the overall pay instead, unless they had equipment passed down through the generations, which often happened. Fast forward over 200 years to 235 AD, and the pay had radically increased, again to try and secure the loyalty of the troops, but mostly due to the rapid inflation of wealth which plagued Rome in the later centuries. A legion's wage had increased to 1,350 denarii. The cheapest auxiliary was 450 denarii. A cavalryman, 1,575 denarii. The Praetorian Guards, 4,500, and the top centurions, 81,000 denarii per year. A 6 times increase for all. It is very interesting that despite the pay increasing so rapidly, the percentage gap between the roles remained the same. The entire military budget cost 123 million denarii per year by the end of Augustus's reign, and had almost doubled to 223 by 215 AD. But double the budget on an army that costs at least 6 times more really begins to show the decline starting to kick in. Hello, for context, I've said a few times before that in the time I was away, I had a secret historical documentary channel. I had it for about 2 or 3 years and uploaded onto it when I had the free time and energy during my studies. Yet, to be honest, I hated this channel. I never had any fun doing it. I love history, writing and researching it, but making videos on history just killed all the fun, and the edits were of a higher quality as well, for the most part, which just took too much time to make. Work on this channel was a drag. I am looking for a way I can continue it without having to edit, but it is tough. The channel was called Economic History, and it focused on both economic and geopolitical history. I actually have the largest series ever made on the origins of the First World War, the subject that I specialise in. It will be linked down below. As for this video, before I dropped the channel, there was one video, this one, which was about 90% complete, so I thought I will finish off this last one, and I might as well upload it here, as it is about Rome after all. Thank you for watching, and it's good to be back here on MELKOR. And for now, until the next one, Mel gone.